Hi everybody, welcome back to Regrowth Revisited, episode 14 with me, Sid. And last episode we sorted out some basics of, animals. We got cows, hence the barn in the background behind me over there. And we did some seeds, because regrowth is all about seeds. Diamond, emerald, infusion shard and spider seeds specifically. And this episode we need to get into witchery. Now I've already said that I need to make an area to expand out into, and I have. We have this area. It's all spawn safe. It's walled in leaves for its natural thing. It has got a little door to get you out. I've done iron. I decided to put iron doors on my exterior facing doors just because I can't remember what difficulty level I set this to. And I don't want to run the chance of zombies beating the way in. So diamonds, well, spider seeds have gone through one iteration. They got to 758. Diamond seeds have just gone through an iteration. They got to 856. Emerald seeds are almost complete, as are infused shards. So those are ticking along nicely. But we do need to push into witchery this episode. And the reason for that is we need a lot of the jars with the various vapours in, so purity, odour of purity and things like that, which you get from the witch's oven from cooking saplings, and obviously we're also going to need plenty of that. I have been running these pretty much constantly, and these I've got now here. Let me just go in around here a little bit. So we'll just blat around, quickly grab at these, because, you know, they're all ready anyway. I've also done a few metals in the smeltery, so we've got that all sorted. And I keep throwing the odd pile of ore in and smelting it up now and again. So yeah, just busy work. Making things so, you know, when we need them, we've got them. Specifically, what I did is I've done a whole bunch of ingots, I've done a whole bunch of blocks, and I also doubled this up so this basically feeds through that way. So when I process a thing, I could be doing 2 blocks at the same time. You know, nice and simples. What else in here? We have now got these, so we can come in and do that. We can click on there, we can grab those, we can come over to the next one, the labelled essence to thing. So you can come in here and do those, take those over here, do those, and then we get those. And there's no essences left over here. All pretty above board and standard. So while I'm waiting for these two little tracks to finish, I did set myself up a few basic things. I don't actually need 4 of these, but things. These are from quest lines, so we'll take you and we'll do 4 of them just because having chests is never a problem. That's the improved chest mark 2, and that is required for the improved chest mark 2, which gives us 4 improved chest mark 2 with tin frame. We got them with an iron frame, doesn't really matter, they're just the same. We've also got in here this recipe, which is going to be useful for something, I think. So we need to do you, and you, and that will make seed storage, which will give me some seed storage. Exciting stuff, huh? These are, as I say, these are all basic things. So we've got these, which will come together to make a void bag, and that will give me a void chest. And finally, last but by no means least, and I'm going to do this probably for most episodes, I'll just pick some of the simpler quests that we can just knock off, just so we're progressing quests regardless of what I do. That's upgrade template, which will give me that one. Oh, not quite. We've done that. We now need a storage upgrade. Any storage upgrade? Okay, let me just have a look at these. Usage, might as well do obsidian. That would seem to be kind of sensible. Yep, like you. So definitely, I think that's all I need. Always the danger of doing that, of course, is sometimes you get this two-stage quests. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Give me some of those back. I'm going to assume it's like that. And that and that. But if it's not, we can rotate grid. And that should give me pick one reward, 10 up to grade 2s or 1 upgrade 5. Go with grade 2s, to be honest, they're probably better. So that kills a whole load of the quest lines in there. There's still 6 there. We've got a size upgrade, which will give me things. We've also got the barrels to do. We've got the builders one, we've got the compacting thing, but we won't be able to do that till we've got redstone. That one possibly not as well. And then we've got this paint thing, which I'm not entirely sure. We'll make that at some point. I am going to pop you away and those. I'm going to keep you out. That can go in I'd like to keep a couple of those out. Those can go away. We'll keep that together for now. Don't need you. That doesn't need to go anywhere. And I don't think I need the void bag. But what I would like is a bin. Which is that one. So I think anything we put in there, and I don't really want those, will void. Perfect. The seeds I wanted to have a look at, because I originally went with these things, the compacting drawers, but let's have a look at. So that has got seeds in it. Now if I go and grab, that's got an egg. That's not particularly exciting. Let's take the witchery mandrake seed and put that in. So if I make all of these the witchery seeds, you only take one seed. I'm beginning to think these might still be better then. Because I don't have a lot of seeds. It's not something I keep huge amounts of. They can go in storage, right? The crap. I could imagine they were very useful if I were keeping every single seed that spits out of the system, but we're not, so that is that. These are nearly ready to spread, so we'll be able to do those in a moment, but right now let us go and start thinking about witchery. So first thing for witchery we're going to need is we need some mutandis. And I think if I remember right, I've only got 30 of those. Because I didn't let the cooking finish. So that should give me 48 mutandis. Now, in witchery we have got, for example, we've got a Rowan sapling. That's a sapling which we have. I have a little bit more Mutandis, even better. Didn't realise that. We're going to want you. And we're going to want you. Now these are going to be used, not in the distillery right now, but we're going to use them not for crafting, but for cooking. And what we need to do is we need to cook various saplings, which we should do this just by nature of the beast. We should be doing this for wood ash to get these, but you've got Horned One, Rebirth, Goddess, Foul Fumes, Whiff of Magic from Rowan, Reek of Misfortune from Alder, Odour of Purity from Hawthorn, Foul Fumes from Wood. And if you add do it in a distillery, you get all the bits and pieces. Right. So I'm trying to remember my witchery now, which is, well, it's going to be interesting. Let's say how the world grows. So from the witching hour, you need funnel fumes. We need that, but we can't do that until we've got glowstone. And glowstone, we can either get one of two ways. We can either go to the nether, or we can get glowstone seeds. And glowstone seeds require Odour of Purity. That requires me to get hawthorn saplings. So I think what we're going to have to do is let's get myself a few saplings. That's what it will take, 30. I don't know whether we can do this with any sapling, so we'll try it with a few that I've got spares of. Don't have a lot of oak saplings. That's a problematic one for me. I also need to sleep. But while I'm at it, we are going to do the witchery up here. This gives me space to put the things on, and that's all stuff. We're not going to make a building in there yet. Might make one later as we need more witchery storage, or we need more Thorncrafty storage in a different area. But we need to try this Mutandis out. So let me go and try this for starters. Just try it on a sapling that doesn't matter. Purple Iris, Lily Pad, Buttercups, Blue Poppy, Leaf Pile, Rowan Sapling. So it looks like we can do it with anything, but I'm going to have to go through quite a few bits of this Mutandis. I believe that Hawthorn sapling, that's one we need.
You name it.
So I'm going to keep going, and I'll be back in a moment. Well, that got me some of the trees. I'm not sure how many trees there were actually. We'll check. But I'm going to need more witchery stuff, which means I'm going to need a hell of a lot more saplings. I got 2, 4 and 2, so we can grow some of those. And I have got bone meal, so that's a thing. I also picked up that I ran out of shrub. That's where we need to go, I think, to get the we need to go with the big old spruces, and perhaps grow some of these witchery trees as well. But let's start off just getting these going, because they're a good source of we probably should make a lot of these witchery bottles, because I think I'm going to get a lot of these fumes. For starters, there's 32 there, which I could cook. I would like to, however, see what we'll get in terms of sapling drops from some of these things, because the hawthorn tablet, if we put that in a witch's oven, yeah, eventually gives us the Reek of Misfortune. That's not the one I want. That gives me Odour of Purity. It's that one that we need for the glowstone sapling. So let's first off, I've got 4 of them, which is a bonus. Let's it's a reasonably large tree. I'm always in two minds about whether you should break the leaves or not. Don't know whether there's a percentage chance, because the leaves break anyway. Is the percentage chance, that's got the one we used back, is the percentage chance of getting a sapling greater using, that's 2, so we're at least we're up on our trade. Beat it to death with a sapling. It seems oddly appropriate. So I got 2, so we're up. And then you, Witchery, Elder Stockade from Witchery. Oh, interesting. Coffin. I'm going to assume a coffin can be any wood. Yes, it can. Again, I think most of these will just be standard blocks that you get. Not sure whether there's any specific witchery usage. And I suppose that's the key, isn't it? Is there anything you need it for in witchery? Only that, I think. So we've got one of those. So we should, in theory, now be able to work towards a if I put you in there with one of those, and we'll just use a log to power it. Why not? Why did I not get does it need the fume thing then? Do I need to go to the nether after all? Capturing fumes in your witches oven, you only succeed about 30% of the time. As such, you've been trying to come up with a way to increase the rate of fume collection. Observation of other witches has led you to discover the device known as a fume funnel. A single oven can be upgraded with up to 3 funnels to the sides and top. However, the one on top will not increase the chance of fumes, just the smelting speed of your oven. Later, you can upgrade your fume funnels with a fume filter to increase the chance of fumes and smelting speed even further. So, maybe we go and plant another one, and actually, first things first. Boop, boop. We shall. Oh, wow. They don't take any time to grow, do they? I keep on forgetting that this is Minecraft and not Vintage Story, and I don't have to wait 17 years for a pig to grow up. Yeah, so what was it? 8484 and 567. So we'll grab you, pop these in. Grab this lot. Pop this lot in. They have no real value to me. And then I'll go and grow myself some elder saplings and try and keep ahead of the curve there. And yeah, I'm thinking we'll stick some of these in and get the, I think it's the foul fumes that you get from just burning saplings. So yeah, that's the thing. I'll be back in a mo. Alright, got 14 saplings, so I think we can afford to run 4 through the system. Well, 1 at a time obviously, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4. They do. Oh, this doesn't get on with the version, does it? I think it only does. It does. Does it do 1 or 2 items? 2, I think. It doesn't really matter. It's only a log, is it? So 30% chance. I've still got 10 saplings, so I think the 30% chance is broken. Oh, I was Reek of Misfortune. That's supposed to be an Odour of Purity, isn't it? Yeah, Alder sapling. Odour of Purity. Why did they get a Reek of Misfortune? Well, I did quite well out of that. Let's do another 4. So I've still got... But let's just do that. So I think we can use that one for 1 anyway. Yep, another Reek of Misfortune. And another Reek of Misfortune. And nothing. Well, that's annoying. So I'm beginning to wonder whether, if I want glowstone, the easier way. Mind you, the seed still requires Odour of Purity, doesn't it? That is a hawthorn sapling, not alder. Like Octob. Well, I've got something out of it, and I know you are used for several things, including lapis seeds. So, you know, let's have a look at hawthorn. Now, some of these saplings I know are really finicky in terms of the amount of leaves they have. This one does not appear to have such things. I'm going to go up top and do it from the top, I think. Right about here. Yep, okay, this should give me lots, unless the drop rate on these saplings is really terrible. I should come out of this on top, I think. I also think I want to keep a sample of every single witchery individual thing, just so we don't lose. Because so far I haven't had a single sapling off of this. There's one. So we're on top. We're back. Well, we've not lost out at the moment. I need to clear this, so that's what I'll do. Be back in a second. I just got a visitor. I heard a bong sound. And that guy showed up. Oh wow, I just realised he had 200 hit points. I'm glad he spawned. Cool. Well, that was unexpected. Now this thing, I know, in a witch's cauldron with Mutandis extremis and netherwort can make a mutating sprig, and I believe that may be something to do with getting away from having to use Mutandis all the time. Mutandis extremis, of course, I don't know whether we can make that yet. That is, so we still need a witch's cauldron. A witch's cauldron I don't know anything about right now, so I'm kind of stuck there. But that is really handy. We also came out with 15 hawthorn saplings from that one tree, so that was pretty good. Let's see if we can't get some Odor of Purity this time around. I'm actually just cooking. No, that's not. I'm sure that said you could do that with logs. Damn it. The Mutandis. Right, let's go stick you in there. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if we can't get some Odors of Purity, shall we? Because, you know, needs doing. There you go, straight off the bat. In fact, we'll keep you. We'll take you. You know what? Let's have a second. Odor of Purity. It won't hurt, will it? In the meantime, let me head up here. And I suppose we could put these in with the witchery seeds, can't we? Because they are witchery. So that just gives me one to fall back on. Now, obviously, if I don't get any seed... Oh yeah, we've got Odor of Purity again. Cool. And you are used for glowstone seeds, along with floral yellow, torch seeds, and that. Let's get that one going, because I want glowstone. Sooner we have that going, the better. Let me just sort my inventory out a little. I'll be back in a second. Alright, we've got the makings of the ink of the glowstone seed. Now I am going to take you. One day we will get round to doing this. Not that. Put you there, and then we can take these out. We can get ourselves another track. Straight down here. Bit of dirt. And I need what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Less 4, don't need those anymore. So I just need the 3 now, don't I? Oh, incidentally, I don't know whether you may have noticed or not, but there's steps around the place going up onto the walls now. No things, just borrowed some inspiration from my GregTech world, and you know, as they say, 1, 2, 3. And I also created an anvil because I combined the unbreaking and the power 1 bow that I had to make a unbreaking power 1 bow with some levels. I mean, it's not like I need the levels, but there we go. At least we can get this one going now. Right, let us pop those out of the way, and let us get over here and go that, 2, 3, 4, and that. And they're the glowstone seeds. Or at least there will be our glowstone seeds momentarily. Now, have I got more stickage? I do, not a lot, but wood is not an issue. Oh, I do need my floral wand, don't I? And you. No. You. While that's doing, the other thing I wanted to do was these. So, one of the reasons I'm kind of inclined at the moment, because I'm not producing massive amounts of metal, although I've got massive, large amounts of metal potential. My inclination is just to store the metal here and just have done with. We don't have to worry about that particularly. There's lots of space in there. I mean, if I'm making blocks, that's going to store huge amounts. So, yeah, kind of a storage that isn't a storage. Anyway, let us get these going, and then we can be off with our glowstone seeds, and we can work out what the next thing we want to do is. Because it's going to be witchery again, but we probably need to get you going and just let that run to the end there. The glowstone, we're not going to get the fume thing for a while, I don't think. However, what I am going to make is... I need to... hang on. Let's get this going by throwing it on the floor. No, that's what I want to do. Okay, right, good. Right, so we go black, that, feather, dirt. Witch's Brews, the definitive guide to cauldrons and potion brewing. Now I'm just going to come back out of here, because you see, we've got the fume funnel, which we need to do. Got the Polynesia charm to trade with the charm in hand to start trading, and he's got his swearing. Okay, we can things, but they ever wanted to talk to the animals. So there's the Polynesia charm, which is a quest. This is the bit we need. We need a glintweed, an ember moss, and I'm kicking myself because I actually broke one of those, and a Spanish moss. Might be worth retaining a sample of them in case it's a cast where players need these not to be handed in. Having them in one's inventory is enough, and we'll get some of those. Then we get onto poppets. There's also the witch hunters. When delving, there are those who are opposed to the art witches that you've met have warned you. So, yeah, there's that bit as well. But what we have here is that quest there. I will take the essence of glowstone on that one, just because I think I can use that. May have a use outside of... No, it doesn't actually. Okay, but it will allow me to make glowy things. And glowy things are always worthwhile. Glowstone tinted wood. But that's fine. And we got you back. Let's have a look at this. So the introduction. Fill a cauldron to the brim with water and light a fire underneath it. When the water boils, throw your ingredients for either brewing, rituals or crafting. A witch's cauldron is made by placing a normal cauldron in the world and using anointing paste on it. Anointing paste is seeds. Okay. So we can make the witch's cauldron. So first things first, we need a cauldron. My gut feeling is that's just a U of these, yes. Again, not something I ever make a great deal, because I tend to find them in the world. So we've got that, and then we need anointing paste. Now that is witchery seeds, not witchery things. So have I got spares? I've got some. Tell you what, doesn't matter, we can get this one easily. Let's go and grab you. grab you, and if I want anointing paste, I need water artichoke, mandrake, belladonna and snowbell. Water artichoke, snowbell, belladonna, mandrake. Water artichoke's going to be a bit of a pain, not a massive pain, but a bit of a pain, but we'll grab those. One, two, three, and then no, 4. They're all going to be 10-10 because they're all pre-analysed, and that's that. So then we should be able to go, I don't know whether it's shapeless, anointing paste, which should allow me to make that cauldron. And what the hell did I want that for? I can't remember. Okay. Empty cauldron by what? By dropping gypsum or explode contents. Clear cauldron of gypsum. Okay. Which and nearby structures will not be. So that's cauldron and brewing. Use it to improve your potion. Certain ingredients may be things. More brews will be as your expertise grows. The next are not proficient in actually, but to obtain more brews from a cauldron, practices needed eventually requiring complex brews to be made. Wearing correct clothing also helps, as does a toad familiar. I miss things. Cauldron rituals instead of bottling a brew full cauldron. A bound waystone. Some efforts, okay. Covens and straight. Oh god, yeah, this was. I think that's way beyond where we are. Things crafting can be used to create and imbue items. Use ritual circles to reach. Oh, I remember what I wanted it for. Mutandis extremis. Use on plants to mutate them. Grass creates mycelium. Underwater dirt creates clay. So Mutandis and thing. In a cauldron makes Mutandis extremis, and mutating. Oh, it's used as part of a ritual, not as a means of. That's a shame. It would have been nice if it actually Mutandis. We can make 6 with that. Exhale of the horned one, and an egg. It would be nice to make exhale of the horned one. Okay. From oak saplings, apparently. That means we need to probably plant some oak trees and try and get some oak saplings going, because I don't really have many of those. Let me just continue working on Mutandis for now. We'll put the Witch's Cauldron there for the time being, because I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do with it now I've got it. That was wishful thinking, I think, hoping that the mutating sprig was basically a mutating wand. Would have been a good touch, I think. I mean, maybe it is, but it certainly doesn't read that way. Anyway, we've got a book, so that's all good. I'll be back in a sec. So it occurs to me that I am probably going to want more of these witchery plants, certainly the base ones, than one is going to provide. So I've taken cuttings of 5 of each, and we're just going to put borders in around the edge. I'm going to F7 just so I can make sure that when I knock out things we're not 3, 4, 5. And I'm probably use that, that'll do me. Going to need more crop sticks than I've got there. Wolfsbane, garlic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Nicely up to the edge there. And of course, this is the kind of the purpose of this grassy area here, is to be, you know, nice little crops, lots of things. We will get some trees and stuff growing in here at some point. Belladonna. Might as well do it. Might as well do that. Yeah, because we're definitely going to need a lot more mandrake root for the mutandis. That's kind of a given. Some of these maybe not as much as others, but you know what? It doesn't hurt to have a few plastered around, does it? And we are still spawn safe, so all good is all good. Right. They're growing. That's my mandrake already. Look, we got one grown already. Well, in fact, we'll have those. So that's that. I've got a whole bunch of saplings cooking up here. I did put the whole lot in. I didn't put a whole bunch of things in just because I didn't want to get all. In fact, I think that's probably enough hints for Regrowth. What do you get used for, just out of interest? Living flame. Yeah, we don't really need any more. But that'll give me the wood ash. And we can see why. You were used for lapis, weren't you? You were. But I'm not going to get another set of seeds. I might actually create the seeds, but we need to improve the 5 we've got running before we go any further with that. So what else have we got? No. See, I don't think we've got nothing in there yet open, but these ones are where I want to be. Because those going to open up a lot, I think. And that unlocks a quest as well, actually. I already get a fume filter for that, but that's for there, okay. Yeah, I'm going to just concentrate on that for now. So, but what I've swapped over to is these, because these things drop saplings like they were going out of fashion. And saplings, as far as witchery is concerned, at least for making wood ash. These are needed for the horned one thing. And I'm being a little bit cautious just to make sure that, you know, again, it comes down to, I'm not sure whether there's better odds when you break the tree, all the leaves or not. You know what, let's find out. I'm already up one thingy. But if I need a whole load of saplings, see, I've got, I don't know, if you know, or if you think you know, I am aware that a lot of things in Minecraft are what we think we know, not actually what we know, unless you've read the code, you never know. And of course you need to be reading the code on a version of Minecraft which is very old. So we've got 4 out of that so far. But these ones we need for that horned one stuff, so I need to get things. I may actually just get forests of these things going out here. Wow. I think we'll get 1 or 2 leaves off of that, don't you? But we are coming off out of this one better, for definite. And I'm fairly certain when you get the mega oaks, the big old branchy things, that they come out a lot better. You see, this really hasn't dropped much at all. I'm going to pick that up. We'll set an oak forest up, I think. And we'll just have these down. So that's all of that. Leave that to grow and then we'll come back and grab those later. But an oak forest would be a good idea, I feel. Maybe over here. Yeah, let me get that set up, back in a sec. Alright, there we go. That's another 48 Mutandis. Now I do need to make sure this time that I have got my shears to hand. So when I get something good, we'll work with, I don't know, we'll take 24 spruce, they'll do. So the items we are looking for are Spanish moss. I wonder whether I need vines for Spanish moss. I can make vines. Don't need a lot. Don't think I need a lot anyway. 16 vines. Let's see. In fact, let's try it here. No. That's not what we need. Well, at least we've eliminated it. So let us go and try and get glintweed, ember moss and Spanish moss. I'm going to, because Spanish moss I think is actually something that grows on a wall, so I'm going to put the seed here just to give it, well, again, we'll take it. It's not what I wanted. Might want an acacia sapling at some point, but I have things. Spanish moss. There's the Spanish moss. Okay. Now I don't know whether there is a way we can expand that. I think that grows on walls. I think it's like a breed, so maybe we can get away with that one. But let's carry on because we need the glintweed. And the ember moss, or ember thing. Oh, this is such a RNG nightmare. Yep. Nope. That I'm tempted to try and grow on a wall somewhere. Let me try you there and see if you will spread. If you will, bonus. If you don't, we'll live. But now I need to rinse and repeat because Just out of interest, what do you get from a rowan sapling when you stick it through a witch's oven? Whiff of magic, that's the beastie. I knew there was a reason we needed that, but now we've got two, so we're laughing. Oh, I wouldn't say go as far as laughing, but we are a bit closer, and we do at least now have Spanish moss. So I just need the other two, which is going to require me to basically rinse and repeat. Harvest mandrakes, harvest saplings, cook saplings for wood ash, and all of the good stuff. So rinse and repeat. I'll check how long I've been recording as well, because I realise I waffle a lot. That's the last one. The good news is Spanish moss spreads. Glintweed does not appear to spread. So, and I'm not sure whether ember moss spreads. Oh, it does. Oh, hello. Let's pop you down. So they seem to spread okay. That should give me everything we need there. I will take we'll take a rowan sapling. And we're into hello, pop it. Best part's been a witch is messing with people's heads. Well, there you go. We still got the Polynesia charm. We still need to kill a witch hunter, but we haven't actually encountered a witch hunter yet. But having said that, we also haven't slept for the night. And one of the questions that I am very curious to answer is, at what point do I get to go and talk to one of those witchy types? Because if you recall, there are in the world these witchy types. I want to just take one of those because I need to do the row and I need a whiff of magic. And they, when you click on them, go, "You do not interest me," and there is a point in the game through going through witchery at the point where they go, "Oh, actually, no, now you interest me." Yeah, and they sound exactly like that. Honest. So I know for a fact that over this direction there is a witchery circle, and there is a witch that hovers around there, and we're going to go and see if what I've done so far, which, let's be brutally honest, isn't a lot, is enough to make her go, "Oh, you're more interesting to me than you were before." Again, sounding exactly like that. And then I'll do what I said I would do last time, which was I'll check how long I've been recording, and we'll see whether we are wrapping this episode up or not. But we've made progress. I can grow more seeds. Now, one thing I have done, just complete transparency, is I have turned off mob griefing. The reason for that is I have an idea. Obviously, as I said, I was going to originally stop this at episode 16, but I'm going to continue, but just down to one a week, because by the time we get to episode 16, we should be on the verge of things. Hello, Margaret, Vanilla. Why do I waste your time? Okay, still not there. And that is, I am going to spread out from this base, and I am going to replace the land with dirt and grass and trees and plants, because I have most of what we need to do all of that now. And of course, in Britannia there is the rod of the earth, or rod of the something or other, the dirt rod as we would call it, and that basically costs right clicks and mana to place dirt. So I can spread out from spawn, from here. We can grow out over the land. I can make sand, I can make dirt, I can make pretty much everything now. And whilst I'm probably not going to be able to replace the world with dirt because, you know, infinite, well, infinite until you at least get to the Badlands anyway, we will be able to... Oh yeah, spready spread, look at that. That's what we needed. Right, I am going to grab one of you and one of you. I'm going to leave the rest to spread, and I'm also going to have a Spanish moss. I'll have two. And we're going to put those in my witchery box. But we managed to get the witchery stuff going. We need a few more oak saplings, hence the various forests and stuff that we're growing. But I think I don't need the Rowan. We can take you, we can take you, and we can take you, and we've got one of each, and they spread nicely, so that's not a problem. Let me check how long I've been recording, and I shall be back momentarily. Alright, well, we got the next run of spider soul seeds done. We're at 56 minutes, so we are about to wrap up on this episode. But let's see whether we've got a full strength spider seed, so that's good. Now the spider seeds in the garden are going to replace the cotton seeds because they also make string, and string can be, they make a lot more string than cotton, so it just kind of makes sense to me that we I just want to see if we've got any more 10-10-10s of these. There you go. So we can go and put one of these away. Yeah, don't know where. Yeah, just in there for now. The rest of those can go into the hoofer. Waiting for that cross crop to grow. That's my limiting factor here, because I've got everything we need here for things. You can hear a kind of a scratching sound. That is the cat at the door. That's MJ wanting to come in. But because we're close to the end, I'm not faffing around doing it. I'll be back in a moment. He's just going to have to wait. He doesn't like waiting. He's not a patient cat. But that spider seeds, yeah, the spider essence does better than cotton, so it makes sense to me to use that for string rather than grow cotton. I have two crops that create the same thing, and there you go, that's what I wanted. So we should be good now to go 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that will make us the lapis seeds, which will give us that. We've got you. Rutile, I need to work out. Redstone, I have no idea. We'll look at that. Creepy, that's going to be creeper seeds. Cinnabar, I'm not sure where we get the initial quick silver from, so we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Obviously done that. We need amber, can't do that. Speed seeds. So we're getting there steadily. But yeah, there's nothing much. We obviously need to follow those, and there's the end at some point we need to go and do. The end at some point. The Ender Dragon it's not that trivial, I don't think. I mean, a lot of people trivialise it, and I, myself included, but yeah, we've got all of that to do. But the biggie is is how the world grows. It's this area. Witchery is, and then this will open up, I suspect, when we get some kind of Thorncraft quest. But on that note, we've expanded some witchery stuff. We've got some things, we've got some witchery items, and we've managed to continue with the seeds. Those Those 3 will hopefully be 10, 10, 10 when they're done, and then we'll be able to run the glowstone and the lapis until that's done. And world should be a good and happy place. But on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon, and bye for now.